I'm about to spend $10,000 on golf lessons to see how much I can reduce my 22.5 handicap by over the next 30 days. Cam? Here we go.
Let's do it.
I hope that was worth it.
In this video, we're going to find out if paying for lessons with one of New Zealand's top coaches, lots of training, and even mental coaching from an elite sports psychologist will impact my golf game. Full transparency, Shopify sponsored this video, so we're essentially spending their money on this, and I got some lesson discounts. This is more of a social experiment. Can 10K worth of golf training fix a 22 handicap in 30 days?
That's a bogey. That's a bogey.
This is the plan. Establish my current handicap. I've been playing in New Zealand the last few weeks, and I'm currently at 22.5 handicap. Step number 2, get a lot of lessons. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to get lessons in all parts of my game, even on the mental side. And 3, establish my new handicap. I'll play multiple 18-hole rounds after 30 days of training to see where I'm at then. My handicap is dropped by shots. Let's get right into it. On day 1, I made my first big investment here. I was obviously going to need a lot of range balls to practice with over the next 30 days.
Question for you guys that you probably don't get very often.
Yeah.
How many range balls can I get with $1,000?
Let's have a look for you.
Okay.
You're looking to pay for 1,000.
Yeah, how many would that get me?
Be 4,275.
Okay.
Just touch it, please.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
We're locked and loaded. We now have a voucher for just over 4,000 balls for the next 30 days. Let's go.
The next couple days, I got straight to work and started hitting a lot of balls on the range.
All right. My back's starting to get sore again. I think I learned my lesson from last time around. It's probably time to make a proper change here.
It was clear that I was going to need some professional help here. Of course, we couldn't pick just anyone. We had to go for a top coach. Cam Jones, one of the top coaches in New Zealand, agreed to help us out with this project. He's played on multiple tour events and has worked as a coach for over 8 years. If there's one guy who can help me with this, it's Cam.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
We first asked about his initial thoughts when we pitched him this video idea.
What an idea. You know, coaching is one of those things in golf that can definitely help, but it can also hinder. So taking the challenge on is going to be a good test. He's got a lot of potential, probably the best 22 handicap ball striker I've ever seen.
Then we asked him what the strategy was going to be to get that handicap down quickly.
Pretty simple one, I think. Like, I've seen him play once before, which gave me a pretty good understanding as to how his game works, and I think getting off the tee is an important one for him. He can tend to slice a little bit right, but I'd say the biggest thing is probably his decision making out on the golf course, making sure he's picking the right club, picking the right shot, and then just dialing in the short game, you know, in and around 30, 40 meters. I think if he can get that up to speed with the rest of his game, like his iron game's pretty sharp, there's no reason why he can't be maybe not in a month, but in 6 months could be a 10, 12 handicap, I reckon.
We got right into it. The first step here was for Cam to analyze my current swing. We looked at all the numbers and then got going on some exercises. The main areas for me to work on in the beginning were around alignment and impact position. I took these exercises to the range and started working on them every day. Every now and then I'd head out to the course, but for some reason, things just weren't working out for me there. My golf was all over the place, and I just didn't know why. Something had to change. It was time for a more expensive type of lesson. And I knew exactly what to do. Before we get to this next expensive part of this journey, which I'm about to drive to now, a quick shout out to the legends who actually made this entire video possible, Shopify. When I decided to spend all this money on golf lessons, I'll be honest, it felt a little bit ridiculous. But at the core of it, this was about investing in myself. And that's exactly what Shopify helps people do every single day. It helps them invest in themselves, in their skills, and in their ideas. If you've ever thought about launching a brand, starting a side hustle, or selling anything online, Shopify makes that process incredibly simple. We actually experienced this firsthand when we started selling our own golf merch. We didn't know how to build a decent store or how to accept payments online. Shopify gave us everything: drag and drop templates, built-in analytics, and even a live view of who's shopping where real time. It's quick to set up, super easy to use, and trusted by millions of people across 170 countries. So if there's something that you've been sitting on, a brand, an idea, a store, take the first step. Head to shopify.com/cheekygolfclub or click the link in our description. Again, huge thanks to Shopify for backing this little golf experiment. Wouldn't be possible without them. Now let's head over to the golf course. It was time for my first ever on-course lesson with the goal of figuring out what areas I need to work on the most.
Hopefully, we can improve my decision making a little bit here. That's probably one of my weaknesses.
Okay.
First question, what do I hit here?
Cam talked me out of using driver here, which was the right decision.
Oh, I kicked right. We're good.
Kick back and bounds. We're good. See, if that was driver, that's on the road.
That's killing someone, actually.
It only took us 2 holes to figure out what one of the core areas of improvement was going to be for me.
I did the thing where I slowed down too much instead of just trusting that it will pop out properly.
My short game and my putting just
Slow down.
wasn't great.
Oh no. It's more than a little bit downhill, isn't it? All right, we're now on hole 8. We didn't film last hole. I was on the green for 4. After a horrendous hole, managed to get on for 4. 3 putted, triple bogey, next tee shot, out of bounds. Everything's falling apart right now.
It's pretty well out. Okay, up and down for a double.
That's what we do. It's not good.
Now that we had figured out what to work on, mostly my short game and my putting, it was time to lock in. Cam started off by analyzing my current short game, looking at how I hit the ball from different distances. Same for my putting. We discussed the results, and then Cam gave me a bunch of exercises for my putting and for my chipping. I've never had a putting or a chipping lesson before in my life, so learning the actual proper techniques here was huge for me. After a week of intense training, I was actually starting to see some results.
Go, go.
Are you kidding?
What is going on? I feel like I haven't missed a putt in like 2 hours.
You're locked in, man.
Maybe I'm getting better.
Maybe you're improving. I've always said you got potential, man.
I head back to the golf course to see how this would translate to my actual scoring.
Another day, another 18 holes ahead of me. A lot of practice done this week. Let's see how low I can go. Let's hope this is working.
Honestly, it was pretty cool to see that the work I've been putting in on my short game was actually paying off.
Okay, we have a chance for birdie here. Turn. That's crazy. It's okay, good par.
I played a few good holes, but then this happened.
That needs to stay.
I lost the ball off the tee and my game just started falling apart.
All right, 4th shot.
I hit this one over the back and then 3 putted.
Gotta stop losing balls off the tee.
The next couple of holes got even worse. It felt like I forgot everything that I've been working on.
Just waiting on the tee box to clear over there. What am I doing right now? First 9 was pretty good, and now I'm in the process of absolutely setting my scorecard on fire. I think I went double, triple, double. It's like you think you feel like you're getting better, and you probably are getting better, but then you go out and like play well for the most part, and then one bad thing just leads to another, and suddenly you're just nowhere near what you were trying to shoot. How do you get over this? Is it just more practice? Probably.
I fell into an old pattern here where one blowout hole would ruin my entire round. It was time to pay for some professional help here.
All right, we just arrived at the sports psychologist clinic. We're gonna get ready for this interview. Let's hope they teach me something that can get my golf game to the next level.
I had to go for the very best here too and booked a session with Campbell Thompson, who works with elite athletes, including Olympic gold medalists and now also a 22.5 handicap YouTube golfer.
I think maybe it's best if I give you some context first. So essentially I'm trying to figure out how to become a better golfer, and I'm like trying to practice my game, obviously with guidance, but I think something I've run into a lot recently is like facing the mental challenges of the game.
Yeah.
I want to find out if there's a way for me to figure out strategies for that not to happen anymore.
I gave him 2 concrete examples here. One where I have a bad hole and just derails my entire round, and 2 where I start choking towards the end because the pressure of a good round gets to me.
Both pretty common.
Yeah.
It's about losing focus, but it's actually about changing focus. And so rather than see them as good or bad, I'm going to encourage you to see them as a change of focus. What we're often trying to do in sports psychology is bring that attention onto and we hear it said, onto the process versus the outcome. It will go wrong, that's the guaranteed, right? Because it's sport, you know, or life, or any area of endeavor. If you're trying hard at something, it's not going to go perfectly. So how do you keep your attention on what matters? First thing we're going to use is a kind of breathing. I'm just going to give you a very simple breathing technique to do to start off with. All right, so this time we're going to start by slowing it down. So slowing down the in-breath. And a real simple way to do that is just to enjoy a slower than normal in-breath, whatever that means to you. So, and then focus on letting go on the out-breath.
This entire session was super interesting. I learned a lot about how to respond to situations when things start not going my way. I also learned that training how your brain responds to these types of situations is very much like training a muscle, something that you have to work on all the time to get good at.
Now, we're not too worried at the moment whether or not that results in you going better. I do suggest to you that it will work for you. However, it's about practicing these new routines when you're out there to start off with.
And that's exactly what we did.
Okay, we are back on the golf course today. First lesson after speaking to the sports psychologist. I'm gonna try to use some of the techniques he taught me. I've been doing it at home a little bit. We'll see if this works.
Headed out for a round. Once again, on the first hole, my improved short game coming in very handy here.
Okay, start with par. Let's go.
But before you knew it, on hole number 3, we were back in a tricky situation. I was stuck in a bunker, and once again, the chances of having a blowout hole were pretty high. I took a couple of deep breaths and actually put it pretty close, thereby averting a potential crisis.
Deep breaths, that's all you need. Just left. All right, that is 9 holes, all we're gonna play today. 7 over, not ideal, but I think I had like 4 up and downs. So as long as we keep the ball in play going forward, I think scores are gonna get lower.
How many triples?
None, no triples. That's also huge today. No triples, quite a lot of up and downs. Once we get those tee shots dialed, I think scores are gonna start dropping fast. Here, a couple deep breaths is all it takes to avoid triples. That's all I need to know, apparently. We are back in the UK, back at our home course. Sandown. I'm gonna play a couple of rounds here over the next few days, and then 1 round at a fancy golf course on Sunday. I'm signing up for a brand new handicap here, so I need a couple rounds to get a fully officially updated one. Tim, how do you think I'm gonna do today?
Oh, I mean,
Do you think actually has my game improved?
there's no amount of money that can fix what you've done.
Oh my God. I'm joking.
I headed out the next couple of days and handed in some scorecards. I didn't have an official handicap in the UK before, so I thought starting from scratch here would be a more accurate representation of where I'm at now.
All right, this is what it's all come down to. I'm about to start playing my last full round of 18 holes. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous. I really hope this is all worth it. It's just started raining, so conditions aren't great. We are gonna battle through. Oops, Tim.
You got this. I think you're gonna go at least in the 80s.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get right into it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous here because I obviously wanted to see results, so I hooked this one left a bit,
Fine though.
but then recovered pretty well
strike,
and got it
Andy.
close to the green.
Sit down.
First hole,
Down.
my
Spin.
new and improved short game was already gonna be tested.
in.
Somehow this went in. There were a few of these situations too, where I had a bad shot that could have done a lot of damage to my scorecard.
Oh, good. Okay, so I've just hit a very bad shot, still not on the green. It would be really easy for me to make a double or worse here. I'm gonna try not to think about that. Take a couple deep breaths. Focus on my routine. And kind of focus on the shot that I want to hit.
Oh, you can't really write that, can you?
Doesn't work every time, but there's a world in which, like a couple months ago, I make a triple here, and now I'm probably gonna make a bogey only.
Let's not roll out the triple yet.
There we go. Save the bogey.
That's a bogey. No doubles yet, huh?
No doubles. All right, we just finished playing the last round. I'm gonna go hand in my scorecard now. It takes about a day for the handicap to process in the system. We'll see how it went. I shot a 91. Not quite as good as I had hoped, but on the positive side, I didn't have any major blow-up holes. I got pretty close sometimes. Managed to pull myself together again. Tim, how do you think that went?
I think you can tell that you're a much better golfer than you were. And of course we played, got a lot of water and you had a couple unfortunate breaks, but like the consistency was like massively better, so it's got to have dropped a couple shots, right?
I mean, yeah, I don't doubt that it's dropped, but we will see tomorrow. All right, we are at home now. Time to see what this has all come down to. So, after getting $10,000 worth of golf lessons, my handicap has dropped from a 22.5 to a 12.2. I know that sounds like a lot. I've only played a few rounds since being back, so it's probably going to go up a little. But overall, I do think it is very crazy to see how much impact intentional practice can have on your golf game. I've obviously done the whole hit 10,000 balls in a month thing before on this channel. You should go watch that after this if you haven't seen it yet. So yeah, if you like this video, we're going to be posting more similar videos going forward. So feel free to subscribe. There will be hopefully almost weekly videos on this channel. So subscribe, leave a like, and we will see you very soon.